Hi all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some basic checks that everybody can do very easily. 90% of the time you can do them on garage forecourts and that now. They've got water and everything available to you to use. So let's do the basics. Okay guys, so this is the type of machine that you'll get at a forecourt. Basically exactly the same, gives you your PSI, pull the lance out to your tyre, put it on your tyre and it will beep, and again you've got concentrated, which is actually screen wash on this machine, so all good. Now I know you've seen me do this before, but as just a quick check, we'll do the oil again, quick wipe off with a rag, dip, bring it back up, have a look, and again, yeah, oil levels just below maximum, brilliant. It's a worthy check to do. I know I've done it last week, but you should do it every week. And if you notice it is getting lower, it might be worth a visit to the garage to see what's happening. So now we do screen wash. Grab your screen wash of choice. I'm quite partial to a nice apple scented screen wash. Now, there is a measurement on the back of the bottle that tells you how much you should put in, but the reality of it, life's too short. Put a glug in. Winter time, increase that level, because obviously there's a lot more salt on the road and mud, etc, etc. It's just generally better to run. You can run completely up to neat screen wash depending on what screen wash you get, but it always pays to use a bit more in the winter, and it's got an antifreeze element to it, so in winter obviously you don't want your screen wash to freeze because you won't be able to use it, and it can cause all sorts of damage. But I use 1 gallon of water to a decent splash of screen wash. Okay guys, so another test we do is coolant level. This radiator cap, never ever take it off when the engine's warm. If you let it cool down, do it in the morning when it's cold. A, it will give you a more accurate level, and B, if you remove that cap when it's hot, it can vent very hot water over you, so please don't do it. As you can see, mine's got a little float inside there, so when that float is up and you can see it's at the top of the cross, that means my level's okay. Now another level to check is your brake fluid level. As you can see, I've removed the cover off this one, but they can be hard to see, but if you just give the bottle a wobble, you'll see the level moving. That's a good indication of the condition of your brakes as well. If that level was very low, it could indicate that your brakes are starting to wear out and getting low. So if you see that level's low when you're doing your under bonnet checks every week, it's probably worth a visit to a garage just to get it checked. You can also buy tools that test brake fluid. This is a little tester that I got it from the middle of Lidl actually, but essentially it gives you a condition of the brake fluid depending on how much moisture content it's got. As you can see, this is okay. It's got up to 1% of water in the system, so that brake fluid does not need changing at the moment. If it went to 4% or 3 or 4%, which is the red section, that would be when your brake fluid would need changing. Okay, let's talk tyres. Now, not an essential tool, but a handy tool is one of these. This is a tyre depth tread gauge. What it essentially does is you pop it out like that, slide it into the groove of the tyre. As it slides up, you'll see it's got measured markings on the side to give you what your tyres are at. The legal limit for tyres in the UK is 1.6 mil. This is not essential, but it's handy to have. I'll show you why it's not essential right now. Okay, so the reason we don't need one of those tread depth gauges instantly, if you can see on the side of the tyre, I'll put an arrow on it when I show you, but there is a little arrow on the side of the tyre. That indicates that there's a tread wear indicator in the tread of the tyre where that arrow looks. So if we just pan round, as you can see in the tyre, the little raised blocks, there's one right in the centre of the screen, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, all across the deep glands of the tyre. Those are set for 2 millimeters. So if you're touching those, it's time to get a new tyre. Okay, as you can see, this is where my tyre pressure label is. Now the tyre pressure's different compared to the size of the tyre and the amount of people that are in the car and the load that's in the boot. It does make a difference, worth looking at. Okay, so now we're going to check the tyre pressures. There's always a little cap that goes on the tyre. It's a little tiny plastic cap, really, really important. Stops all the dirt and moisture and rubbish getting into the valve. So we know my tyre pressures are 2.3 and 2.6. So this is a little tiny bit down. So push the lever down to let the air in, push the lever halfway down to let a little bit out. And we've got it spot on 2.3 bar. Pull the cap off, pull the gauge off, screw your cap back on, and that's one tyre pressure done. And again, same on the back. Pull the gap off, and we know the back tyre pressure is 2.6. So this one is down, it's at 2 bar. So we'll pop some air in. Look at the gauge, we've gone just over, we're at 2.8 bar. So we'll bring it down, 2.5, bit low. Up again, 2.6, bang on. It's that easy. And it's a really, really good test. There we go, guys. A few simple checks every week on your car. Probably took about 10 minutes. But it's good, it keeps you safe. And it gives you an opportunity, if you do see anything, to phone a garage. And if you don't see anything or anything you're not sure of, it's definitely worth looking at for yourself first. Obviously, if you're losing oil or your oil level's going down or your brake fluid's low, just give a garage a call. Quick 10-minute check could save you from breaking down or worse, big garage bills. And that's it. Thanks for your support. If you'd like to like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. And if there's anything specific you want me to do, any problem you've got on your car that I maybe be able to help with, just pop it in the comments. Thanks very much, guys. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you all soon.